Brought to you by Penguin.
The Atomic Human. Understanding Ourselves in the Age of AI. Written and read by me, Neil D. Lawrence. This book is dedicated to Valerie, Mark, and Garth. Prologue. December 8th, 2013. Penthouse Suite, Harrah's Casino, State Line, Nevada. This was the moment in which I became an artificial intelligence researcher. Or, at least, the moment when the research field I work in started calling itself artificial intelligence. I was at the casino for a scientific meeting called Neural Information Processing Systems, the main international machine learning conference. I'd attended every year for 16 years, and I'd just been asked to chair it the following year. But the community I was leading was about to take a major turn. A handful of global experts had been invited to Mark Zuckerberg's penthouse suite. Corporate events were not uncommon at the conference. After all, State Line, on the southeastern shore of Lake Tahoe, is where Nevada borders California and is only a 4-hour drive from Silicon Valley. But this Facebook gathering had a different feel. 12 months earlier, a breakthrough study had been published. A step change in the computer's capability to digest information. Computers were now able to discern objects and images. Finally, computers could see. You could present them with a picture, and they might, correctly, tell you it contained, for instance, a container ship, or a leopard, or some mushrooms. The key advance emerged from an approach known as deep learning. This works in the opposite way to how an artist paints. Artists compose pictures from brushstrokes. Deep learning decomposes images into mathematical signatures that give the essence of an object. The team that delivered the result quickly formed a company. It was bought by Google in a multi-million-dollar deal. Our new millennium's medium of communication is images, videos, text messages, and likes. And deep learning now gave us the ability to read the images being shared by Facebook's users, potentially allowing the company to understand what its users were sharing without having to manually view the hundreds of millions of photographs on the site. The knock-on effects, not only in terms of advertising and moderation, but in many other aspects, could be enormous. Facebook's rival, Google, had stolen a march on it by buying up the talent that made this breakthrough. Facebook was about to make its response. It was a gamble, a major investment in a new direction. That was why we were in the penthouse suite. Facebook was going all in on machine learning, all in on deep learning. To show the company was serious, the small group assembled at the top of Harrah's Casino included Facebook's Chief Technology Officer, Mike Schrupfer, and their 29-year-old CEO, Mark Zuckerberg. The plan was simple. Recruit one of the principal researchers driving the revolution in machine learning. Unveil them as the head of Facebook's new research lab. Then develop and monetize this new technology which could radically change the platform. They chose Yann LeCun, a professor from New York University with 25 years' experience in the field. Yann's early career had been spent working at Bell Labs, developing the ideas that would deliver deep learning success. He would go on to win the 2018 Turing Award, the Nobel Prize of Computer Science, for this work. But 5 years earlier in Harrah's, the attention was not from his academic peers, but from industry. Having known Yann for 15 years, the words that came out of his mouth when he launched the lab surprised me. He was quite specific. The new lab will be focused on advancing AI. AI, artificial intelligence. This wasn't to be a machine learning research lab or a deep learning research lab. It chose to call itself Facebook AI Research, and at that moment the die was cast. The term artificial intelligence has a checkered history. Classical AI techniques relied on logical reasoning about the world, like a silicon version of Sherlock Holmes. Outcomes were deduced through weighing evidence according to the strict rules of mathematical logic. But while Sherlock Holmes's deductions may make an entertaining read in a detective...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?